Yeah.
No, she doesn't. Here, one last. I'll be over there.
It's a big file.
Yeah, it's got me in custody. Yeah.
It'll just be credit, but we've already paid it.
She have one on her arm.
Yeah, once we call the case, I'll put it up.
At that rate, I would hope so.
I need to come out of out. Check out.
Same thing.
I'm gonna do the one from there.
As long as you don't have anything else in it. Miller? Oh, you said that.
How long do we have? Oh, so tired FBI, bitch. Are we getting the complaints for their case? With Charlotte bringing it down?
Well, yeah, I have them. I think
Did you give them the discovery?
no, this is real time.
Okay, good. Yeah, did I say with you?
You gotta fill out the ballots on the
He has a wild night. He doesn't remember it now. He was on movies.
Well, Shannon? On Noah? What's the name? No, Ashley. Sorry, I'm Status check on criminal complaints. So that's. How it works, I don't have to pay for checking. Actually, what was no.
It's a file.
Yes.
It's like retro SPD. No, I've got no. I would have given it to you.
One of it.
Sorry, I ran into 600.
So you saw that request for a, say, wrote something on
Tina
Doja.
Tell training.
Request for the gag one. Were they asking, they were asking not to reveal anything about this function, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We talked about that. Exactly.
No, it's the,
You finished?
Hey, are you at work? Do you remember if we asked you to file a complaint on a Thomas Dennis sex offender failure to register yesterday for ask for 1 day?
so
Do you remember? Okay, so I should just do 60, you think? Okay. No, do. Yes. Alright. Mr. Miller just wants to do time. Do 30, how's that sound? I'm giving him today $15 for this year. 30. 60 would be what he would normally do.
Oh, yeah,
and they were the first.
Okay. They're not giving me off.
Well, they don't do the back then. Others.
Yeah, in the end, but not today.
And read. Right.
There's a chance.
I was gonna send you this stuff yesterday.
If there's any questions.
Yeah, so I don't know what. Interesting thing, they didn't, you know, name that But if it wasn't for this, how many tell them to call me. Maybe after November. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have parking notices over there?
No, after
Trained well, yeah. The joke was done, right? I worked there. Alvarado. Alvarado. Aiken. Go back. Carter. Martinez. Roxy. Alvarado. I know, yeah. I know. Yeah. Right here. Do you have no, I have all the files.
All right. Justice Court 7 is now in session. The Honorable William Jensen presiding. You may be seated. Come to order.
All right, Joshua Oxford,
Your Honor, Peter Trella and his attorney is on his way.
you what?
The attorneys on that matter are on their way.
Okay, well, let's just, I'll just hold the other one too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to put them together, so.
Let's see, this, each other.
Okay, we have Henry Nichols and Ashley Fargo. Good minute.
Myself and for David Chesnoff as co-counsel for Henry Nicholas, request that his presence be waived.
David Brown on behalf of Ashley Fargo. I'll make the same request.
Okay,
The state would ask for 60 days to file the complaint.
okay, on both parties, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's fine.
so 60 days, gentlemen.
November 6th, 8 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where's it? For the 905. All right, we have Ebony Williams. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Rowan, 145
Right.
Freeman Baptist Williams. And Your Honor, I asked you to trail this a couple weeks, try and get in contact with Ms. Williams. I have not been able to do so, Your Honor.
He owes a $250 fine or 24 hours community, or 25 hours community service in lieu thereof. That was back in May.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I would ask for a bench warrant in the amount of $550.
Well, I'll put it this way. If you get in contact with him here, but a bench warrant of 250 will get his attention.
Agreed, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's make it a bench warrant 250 cash, and you can tell him that. And if you get him in here, get him recalled, but make sure he brings 250.
Will do.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
or the community service. All right, we have Michael Lane. Michael, you were given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with prohibited acts by a sex offender. You do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I don't know what I did in this one.
Your Honor, if we can set this down for preliminary hearing within 15, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. I will set the hearing within 15 days.
September 19, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then we have Charles, is that Lelis? Lelis? Where are you, Charles? Stand up so I know you're not here. All right, you bring him a copy of criminal complaint charging you with trafficking and controlled substance. You do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we'll go ahead and set this
Your Honor,
down.
can I address the defendant's custody status?
Let's see what I had here. Just a minute here. I can find the report. All right. Well, I set the bill originally at 5,000 when electronic monitoring.
Your Honor, I understand. I'm asking for an unrecognizance release based on the fact that he does have a verified address. In addition to that, he does maintain full-time employment. He has support in the community and he has zero failures to appear. So I would ask, I would ask for at least modest unrecognizance, please.
And Judge, I'm gonna ask that you keep the bail at 5,000 based upon the fact that he does have 4 felony convictions. He has no ties to the state of Nevada. On his TCR, when arrested, he
California.
gave a California.
No, this stays 5,000, you'll be electronic monitoring.
Thank you, Your Honor.
September 19, 9 a.m.
And then we have Thomas D. and Sensico. Yeah, hey, there you are. Okay, how long for a criminal complaint now?
Your Honor, what was the defendant's name again?
I have Thomas D. What is it? Denesco? Denisco?
I'm gonna ask for 60 days, Your Honor.
How many?
60?
Okay, the state wants 60 days to file a criminal complaint, so you'll be released from custody and discharged. If you do not appear on the date that you're supposed to, then a no bail bench warrant will be issued, and you remain in custody, no bail until this matter is fully resolved. Do you understand that? Okay.
November 6, 8 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Bynum, is that Tavarni? You've been given a copy of a criminal, let's see, I think that's what it's done for. Yeah. You've been given a copy of a criminal complaint charging you with grand larceny. You do qualify for the service of the public defender's office.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I address the defendant's custody
And
status?
let's see what I did in this. I'll put it this way, he has no prior, so I'll go ahead and grant you an OR from custody. And
We can set this down in the ordinary course of business.
and we'll set the hearing in ordinary course. Now, if you are arrested or cited for any criminal offense while you're on an OR, the OR will be revoked and remanded to custody, no bail. You understand that? And if you miss your court appearances again, a no bail bench warrant will be issued. You understand that? Did you fill out a blue sheet?
I have it, Your Honor.
If you have any changes in your address or telephone numbers, make sure you advise the public defender's office of those changes so they have current information at all times to reach you. You understand that? Okay.
October 24th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we have Frank, is that Shelby? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what we have. You were back here on July 10th of 2017 to do drug counseling, 50 hours of community service in lieu of the fine, and stay out of trouble, and a suspended sentence to run concurrent with the petty larceny counseling program. Have you done any of this?
Judge, I think on August 31st, Judge Miller was sitting and he imposed a 90-day suspended sentence. The defendant had a laundry list of excuses as to why it shouldn't be imposed, and I believe we're here today to see the police report from the new case, so if I may approach.
But what's it done for today then?
I don't know.
If he already imposed the sentence?
I completed the community service here. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Your Honor, I have put a call into the community service agency to verify I have not received a return call.
And so, Judge, I would just ask that the 90-day sentence remain imposed. They can file a motion if something changes, and this should be taken off the calendar.
Okay, well, what, all right, I'm trying to determine, what's it on for? That did he complete it? Or did he not stay out of trouble?
I was to provide proof of the new police report from the new case because he failed to stay out of trouble, and it's the same or similar type of case.
Okay, and that's why the sentence was imposed.
And the complaint hadn't been filed yet. And it's been filed.
Your
Okay.
Honor, I would ask you to consider a modification to the amount of 30 days.
You what?
I would ask you to consider a modification to the amount of 30 days.
Well, I'm just going to keep it at 90 days and be done with it. 90 days, it stands.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jessica, is that walk? Okay. You were given a copy of criminal complaint charging possession of a controlled substance. You do qualify for service of the public defender's office. I don't know if this has been resolved or not.
It has, Your Honor. Today, Ms. Hawkins prepared to plead no contest to one count of possession of a dangerous drug not to be introduced in interstate commerce. She will pay a $500 fine or complete 50 hours of community service. In lieu of that fine, she will also complete a lower level drug counseling class, all while staying out of trouble, carrying a 60-day suspended sentence.
And was it 60-day sentence?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, Jessica, you heard the negotiations. Now, are you in full agreement with the negotiations? Fully understand them. Then the court's going to amend the charge in your criminal complaint case number 18F01450X. The current charge is the possession of a controlled substance, a felony. To amend that to reflect the misdemeanor charge of possession of a controlled substance or dangerous drug not to be introduced in interstate commerce. As to that amended misdemeanor charge, then how do you plead? Then I'll accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty of the charge. So it'll be a $500 fine, or you can do 50 hours of community service in lieu thereof. You understand that? Then you can do the drug counseling, or you can do 20 narcotic anonymous meetings, NA meetings. You understand that? So you can either do the drug counseling or do 20 sessions of the narcotic anonymous meetings, and to remain trouble-free. So if you remain trouble-free and complete all the requirements for a prescribed period of time, then the case will be closed. However, if you're again arrested or cited for any criminal offense during the pendency of the case, or excuse me, that you do not complete the requirements in the prescribed period of time, then you face up to 60 days in jail because there's a 60-day jail sentence being imposed today, or we're being suspended. You fully understand that, and are you in full agreement? Okay. So I'm going to give you 90 days now to get everything completed. You understand that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
December 5th, 8 a.m.
Do you mind recalling the Smith and Oxford matter?
The what
In
one?
custody, the Smith and Oxford.
Oh, yeah. Are they both here?
Yes.
Okay.
And all parties are here.
Okay. All right. Joshua Oxford and is that Casey? Cassie, I'm sorry. Cassie Smith. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Joshua and Casey, you both were given copies of criminal complaints charging you with child abuse, neglect, or endangerment. Is that correct, Cassie? And then how about you, Joshua? Did you understand the charges in your criminal complaint? Okay, I see our attorney's here now representing, so,
Judge, it's.
Go ahead.
Sarah Hawkins and Scott Conover, Clark County
Right.
Public Defender's Office, on behalf of Mr. Oxford. We've spoken with him this morning. He's prepared to waive his right to preliminary hearing within 15 days. We're hoping for a setting the last week of November if possible, if the court can accommodate it. And I'll let Mr. Vendrick make representation.
We're in agreement with that, Your Honor, and Scott Vendrick and Belinda Simpkins on behalf of Ms. Smith. I would like to be heard briefly as far as bail.
okay. All right, so you all agreed in having the prelim in the last part of November.
Correct.
Is that
So preferably if you, and I don't know if this department does special settings or not, but the 27th, 28th, 29th, either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday that week.
All right, the 28th is Wednesday, is that correct? So, I don't know. Okay, well, let's go ahead, what time? Okay, let's make this on a Thursday then on the 28th, is that right? 29th at 1 o'clock. Is that okay?
That's great. 29th. And
Copy?
perfect.
Okay,
What time would that be?
1 p.m.
Okay.
Okay? Now, in reference to bail, you want to go ahead and make a statement? Any other?
Yeah, bail apparently was set for her yesterday at
Right.
$100,000. She's a 20-year-old individual. She has absolutely no prior convictions or arrests of any kind. She was living in Houston up to a little over a month ago. She moved here. When she was living in Houston, she had a job over 1 year of steady employment at Assisted Medical as a home health worker. There's an indication that she is a low risk level. In light of those factors, I would ask Your Honor to consider reducing the bail in this matter.
Coffee, do you have anything to say, Reverend?
Judge, we addressed bail yesterday. We're comfortable with where the court
Okay.
places the decision.
Your Honor, with regard to the bail setting on each of the defendants right now, I know the court's aware they're in on the one count of child abuse. I can tell the court that they'll be rebooked on additional charges involving the other child, who is a 3-year-old, and those will be homicide charges. I think that will happen today. The autopsy of that child indicated ongoing abuse, and there's evidence that that was at the hands of both the individuals charged in this case. The subject of this criminal complaint also had indications of ongoing abuse. And so from the state's perspective on this charge alone, the $100,000 bail is appropriate.
Well, as I stated yesterday, these charges are very serious. They're not an ordinary child abuse, neglect, or endangerment type case, as we usually see. This is a much more serious, even though the charge is the same, but it's a much more serious based on the facts of the case that occurred. So based on that, I'm going to keep the bail on both of them at $100,000. And we'll go ahead and we'll set the prelim down. We already did on the 29th at 1 o'clock. Okay?
And Judge, assuming the additional charges are filed, I think the parties are anticipating those charges will be set for preliminary hearing the same day.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this. Can I ask you this, Counselor?
Sure.
On the additional charge that you filed, are you going to file them in this department and as an amended criminal complaint be filed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that? So those charges will be filed here.
Well, I can't guarantee that will be filed. They'll land here, but once we file the amended, they'll both be in here.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they do, maybe I made myself clear. If you file the charges, let's say homicide charges against each one, then you're going to file that charge in this
And then
department.
it will be filed in this department.
All right, along with this case. But will it be a separate case or will it be an amended charge to this case?
It will be amended as to this case.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, I understand. Okay, so we all set, done, ladies and gentlemen?
Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Judge.
tonight we have Lloyd, Sablin?
Yes,
This is
Your Honor.
on a passing of bad check for possible negotiations that was set for today.
Yes, Your Honor.